Hey guys, so I told you we'd be talking a lot about tone and mood, and when we're talking about tone, we're going to be talking about denotation and connotation. So those sound like really big, confusing words, but they're actually really easy to figure out. So let's look at your sheet and figure out what these are. So a word's denotation is its dictionary definition. This is super easy to remember. Denotation starts with a D. Dictionary and definition also start with a D. So the denotation of a word is just its definition straight from the dictionary. So if I were to look up denotation in the dictionary, it would say a word's dictionary definition. Okay, so just remember D for denotation, dictionary definition. Okay, a word can also make people feel or think a certain way. So these feelings and ideas are the connotations of a word. These are the feelings behind those words. So sometimes when you use certain words, there's a certain tone that comes along with it or feeling that comes along. So it may make you feel a certain way or somebody else feel a different way based on the connotation of a word. So words with the same meaning may have different shades of meaning. So that is, they can be understood differently. And we talked a little bit about that in here. I may hear a word and hear it differently than maybe you might hear it based on the tone or the connotation of the word, that feeling or idea behind it. So let's look at some different types of connotation. We may have positive, neutral, or negative. So positive connotation says, being on the track team has made Alan slender and lean. So when you hear those words slender and lean, it kind of makes you think he might be attractively thin. Those words don't seem bad. They just kind of give you like a positive feeling behind those words. He's on the track team, so Alan is slender and he's lean. Okay, a neutral connotation. Being on the track team has made Alan thin. Okay, doesn't really necessarily have a positive or negative feeling behind it, just kind of he's thin from being on the track team. And let's look at negative connotation. So it says, being on the track team has made Alan skinny and scrawny. Now when you hear those words skinny and scrawny, those kind of have a negative feeling along with it. So it's kind of making you think he might be unattractively thin, like he's looking kind of rough. So just hearing those words, all of them have the same meaning, the denotation. So slender, lean, thin, skinny. Those denotations of the word all are going to have to do with being thin. Now the connotation is different on every single one of those words. You heard thin, you were like, okay, he's thin, that's it. You heard slender, that one sounds more positive, more attractive. And then you heard skinny and scrawny. Those words kind of had a negative feeling behind it. That's the connotation of the word, the feeling. It says at the bottom, be sure that the words you use have the right connotation as well as the right denotation. So you always have to make sure that your dictionary definition is correct of your word, you're using the right vocab, but then also you're putting the right feeling with that word. So maybe when you're writing, you're trying to choose, okay, what word's going to work best here? Well, you don't only need to think about the denotation, you have to think about the connotation. What feeling is this going to give off in your writing? Is it going to have a positive, neutral, or negative connotation? All right, so continuing on in your sheet, it says identifying positive and negative connotations. Each pair of phrases includes synonyms with different connotations. Put a plus sign to the one with a positive connotation and a minus sign next to the one with a negative connotation. You can use a dictionary or thesaurus as needed. So I have a couple of thesauruses in the back of my room. You're welcome to use them. So let's just look at number one together. And remember, if you ever get confused, you can pause the video, back up, and listen to my instruction again, and then keep going. It says, a powerful stink. Okay, we need to think, does that have a positive connotation to it or a negative connotation to it? And then the next one says, a powerful aroma. Okay, so we have both the words powerful in both examples of number one. Okay, so powerful meaning it's intense. The first one says a powerful stink. Now, okay, when you hear the word stink, is that positive or negative? Obviously it's negative. So you'd put a little minus right here. And the second one says a powerful aroma. If you don't know what aroma means, you can look it up in the dictionary, but basically aroma means a pleasing smell. Okay, so powerful aroma, if it's really intense and it's this nice pleasing smell, that's going to be positive, right? It's not stinky and smelly, it's this nice aroma. Okay, so you'd put a plus right there. So with your partner, go ahead and answer the rest of these. There's only 10, so each one has 2. You'll have a plus and minus next to each answer. Okay, then we'll move on to the second page. In the first paragraph below, circle the words that have a positive connotation in the second paragraph. Circle the words that have the negative connotation. Use a dictionary or thesaurus if needed. Okay, so we're looking at the first paragraph. Miss Baxter has been a valuable or costly employee of this company for 3 years. In that time, she has expressed many militant or strong opinions. Her methods of solving problems are sometimes unusual or bizarre. In short, she is a real leader or show-off. Okay, so what you're going to do is, this one is for positive connotation. So circle all the words that give you a positive feeling behind those words. Then do the same thing for the second paragraph. Okay, you'll circle the words that give you a negative feeling. Okay, now, you can either pause the video and go ahead and do this part, or you can watch all of it for all the instruction and then complete the entire activity. And the last part, I believe, yes, is a vocabulary challenge. It says, replace each word with a synonym that has positive connotations. Then write a sentence using the synonym correctly. Use a dictionary or thesaurus if needed. Okay, so you'll do that last part. Once your group finishes, what I want you to do is come up to the front group with me. I'm going to talk about this sheet with you. We'll go over it, and then you'll be ready to move on to the next activity.